All right, folks, I'm back. I'm going to try to get the bugs worked out. Literally, the wasp. Wasp. I don't want to blame him. He's not the cause of the problem. Probably internet or something. So I had the wasp cam back for today. Nick was busy with the Gina Tower cam, so he wasn't able to shimmy up to the Satellite Broadcasting on Texas Street cam. But you know, the wasp is enjoying it as much as you folks enjoying it. All right, 87 and 72 out at the airport, a partly cloudy sky, so a little bit muggy today and a bit warm as well. And going up into La Salle, Gina, 84 degrees, the same sky pretty well at partly cloudy, and of course filtered sun pushing us into the 80s for high temperatures for today. Looking at the radar, we continue to see some action to the west of us. We're also seeing some isolated showers and a few thunderstorms coming in from southwest Louisiana and southeast Texas moving north. This is the organized storm complex sitting right here across central and northeast Texas and into portions of the Ark-La-Tex, southwest Arkansas there, and that storm system is moving in our direction. So again, we'll put it into motion, and you can see this is going to be the most important factor in our immediate forecast is, okay, does this hold its strength? Does it weaken, or does it strengthen as it comes down into our area? Right now, the most evidence going into the evening hours as the boundary layer will stabilize just a bit. Also, some of these showers and storms may steal a little bit of moisture from this as it heads in our direction. And of course, sometimes these things weaken during the early part of the evening. So some of that evidence, I think, will say that the most likely scenario is that maybe it'll be a slight weakening to that system as it heads in our direction. Well, once again, as is typical, here we go. Late night, early morning initiation and intensification along a boundary there. And you can see it's kind of hugging the boundary. This analysis has the boundary to the north of us. To the south of the boundaries where the more unstable area is. So again, these boundaries represent either temperature or moisture contrast or both. And that's where these storm complexes, one source that they draw their energy from. So that's why they love to hug the boundaries there. So that boundary setting just to the north of us may help us just a tad. But this model, this is going to be our first severe weather threat this evening. We'll see more showers and thunderstorms coming into the area there by about the 10 o'clock time frame, coming into our, let's see, northwestern parishes, right in through there, perhaps even some working their way a little bit further to the southeast. And then once we go into the midnight hour, still some showers and storms across the area, more in the central part now. And so some of these storms are fairly hefty. This is a pretty strong one here indicated in La Salle Parish. And again, I caution folks, if you're an armchair forecaster, don't try to take model data literally. These have been trends I've been looking at, and there's a lot of variation from model run to model run. And then once we get in after midnight, that will be shifting off to the east. And then once we get into tomorrow morning, we'll see our next storm system, our next storm complex, number 2, which will be off to areas to the west of us. All right, now going into the slight outlook here for tonight, severe weather outlook. This is a marginal level here across all of central Louisiana from the Storm Prediction Center. I'm timing it out about 6 p.m. thereabouts as a beginning of the severe period or potential, and then continuing it to a couple of hours or so past midnight. The scenario will be approaching system weakens. I got a question mark there because it's not a slam dunk that it's going to weaken, but that's the indication. That's our guess, our educated guess right now. Threat level will be 1 out of 5 if it continues to weaken a little bit. Event will be limited either in scope, intensity, or duration, or all of those factors. So we come up with a 5% risk of severe wind, 60 mile per hour within 25 miles of a point in central Louisiana. Again, your home, school, or work. Hail and tornado risk less than 2%. That's fairly low. All right, monitor your weather sources for more information as the situation unfolds, or maybe some warnings are issued. Now going into Futurecast, this is going to be round 2 for Friday. By 9 o'clock in the morning, we're seeing a pretty good storm complex shift in from the west along the Toledo Bend and Sabine River Valley right there. And sometimes these storm complexes arrive a little bit early, but that's the timing right now. I think our first warnings would probably be maybe by 8 o'clock that morning to keep that scenario covered. And you can just see it march across the area and break maybe sometime in the afternoon. So again, there'll be two storm complexes for Friday, one early, then a break, and then a second one will arrive into the evening hours. You can see this is a 10 p.m. sample of what's going on there, and then it will move out sometime later Saturday night. And then a third system, a third potential for severe weather. I won't handle this one in detail in this weathercast. We'll do it tomorrow. We'll come in during the day and evening on Saturday. Mainly looks like an afternoon and evening thing. All right, so Friday night, this is the level 2 across the area. And here are some details. Again, that would be about 8 a.m. Friday to 1 a.m. Saturday, covering both complexes, not just the first one. So you got two convective systems that will be aiming at us. The threat level will be 2 out of 5 during the whole combination of events. Wind risk, again, within 25 miles, 60 mile per hour winds, 15%, less than 2% hail, and less than 2% tornadoes. So mainly the 3 storm complexes will offer a high wind threat as the main product there. So monitor your weather sources, or maybe warnings issued out of that deal as well. Then here's Saturday's marginal risk back to down to a level 1, and the Saturday evening, Saturday afternoon time frame. Going into your 7-day forecast, severe potential up there for Friday and Saturday. 80% chance of rain and thunderstorms both days, so it's likelihood is you're going to get wet both days there. And some decent rainfall totals may occur out of this. I wouldn't be surprised to see some rainfall totals there of about 1/2 to 2 inches, maybe up to 4 inches or 4+ in some locations through Saturday night. So again, with that, that would cover 3 storm complexes tracking through the area, or the remnants thereof. Sunday, very respectable rain chance. Remember, I got 60% up. Must decrease it to 40 on Mondays. That's the low end of scattered. 60% is what I call the high end of scattered. And then we'll settle to about 30% Tuesday, back down to 20 cents worth there on Wednesday. And then Thursday, we'll double it with a potential little type of front, a little disturbance aloft that would be coming through the area, and may end this little wet spell here for a few days. But it'll be hot, so we're getting back into those 90s next week, folks, so be ready for that. All right, well, thanks for being with me. Nick Mickens will be back with you tomorrow, and any severe weather happens, warnings or anything like that, we'll have those on live stream during the evening, or tomorrow or Saturday, whenever is necessary. All right, thanks for being with us, and for